Do you feel like ranked is tough? Maybe you're stuck in your own head and don't know what's wrong. Feel like you're doing the same thing and not getting better results? Well, I'd love to share with you the most common habits we see and why it's important to break them. With the end of the act nearby, it's the perfect time to let loose and try out new things you might have been uncomfortable with in the first place. Hello fellow gamers, my name is Dan, and today I'm excited to share with you some changes that can spice up your ranked experience and potentially prepare you for the next act. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please comment down below which tip helps you the most. Before we dive straight in, as always, we have our question of the day. Do you guys like the new Ego skin bundle? Personally, I think it's pretty visually appealing, but wish Riot would make more interesting knife models that had different animations. Additionally, I would hope to see more Phantom skins, as the Vandal seems like the heavy focus for the skin development team. Overall, it's a nice looking design and I might purchase a thing or two. Let us know how you feel about the new Ego skin bundle. One of the fastest ways to improve your defensive game in Valorant is the ability to mix up the spots you are holding when playing on the defender side. This can mean mixing up the bomb sites you play, or simply the spots that you hold. A common mistake inexperienced players often make is that they will continue to use the same position over and over again, whether they get punished for it or not. A good rule of thumb is to swap up your position every time an enemy spots you. By swapping up your positions on defense, it forces your opponent to clear more angles before they can push onto site or the area you are defending. If you just died playing a closer angle, think about swapping to a position further back. Maybe playing a different angle entirely or swapping the position completely. Don't be afraid to swap things up, especially when you feel like it's not working out. Furthermore, you can swap between pushing out of the site and playing on the site. You can even give up site and double down somewhere else to catch your opponents off guard. Positional mix-ups are also just as prevalent on the attacker side. If you're the type of player to always default to the same place each round, this can give the defenders the opportunity to possibly double down and kill you if you're alone. By pressuring different areas of the map on the attacker side, you eliminate the opportunity for the attackers to easily read what you and your team might want to end up doing. Additionally, if you notice tendencies in the attacker's behavior, you may punish them on that. For example, if a player likes to peek you at a spot in the map round after round, try to communicate with a teammate to double peek him together, or use your utility to preemptively flush that player out. Every once in a while, any player will get games that are nearly unwinnable. At the end of the day, you can't win them all, but if you win more games than you lose, you will always climb. So the key to climbing the ranked ladder is recognizing how to play properly with teammates you trust and don't trust. I want to teach you guys the proper way to play around teammates in ranked, specifically when you're queuing alone or with one other friend. Okay, so how do we deal with teammates that we feel are subpar in our expectations or aren't really playing the way we would hope they would? Well, we've all been there, maybe getting frustrated and verbalizing our anger out towards our teammate. But if you really want them to listen, try and word it in a more passive manner. For example, you could say, "Hey, Omen, can you smoke this area and this area next time?" Usually if you give them the option to try it rather than just telling them to do it bluntly, it'll result in less resistance. Go try this out in your ranked games. I guarantee you will start getting some better results. Okay, how about when teammates are still unwilling to cooperate even if you've tried to word things in a nicer tone? Well, this is where baiting comes into play. A bad habit I see players do is make plays alone without the help of any teammates, or they follow their teammates but won't use them properly as bait. Using a teammate as bait is essential to climbing the ranks, as if you let them do their own thing and die for free, now you and your team are at a disadvantage. So start being more conscious of how your teammates are positioning themselves. Are they looking to play aggressive? Are they holding the angle? By asking these questions, you can get a better feel on how your teammates like to play. And by matching their style, you can start to help them when they do decide to do something. As long as you're there to help, you greatly increase the chance of them living, and in the worst case scenario, you open the opportunity to trade kills. Again, the earlier you can get into the habit of trading kills, the better you will be at this game. It is a fundamental that can't be ignored, and if you don't have this great habit developed yet, start working on it moving forward. The ODIN is probably the most ridiculous weapon that is highly underutilized, especially below the diamond rank. If you want to know a simple answer to why the ODIN is so strong, watch Sinatra play. He's one of the first players I watched start to utilize the ODIN to its full potential. The ODIN's insane rate of fire while ADS will allow you to shred any player regardless of their weaponry. Coupled with its high ammo capacity and high bullet penetration, you can hold down crucial choke points in this game without even peeking your body. Just like the operator, its strength lies in the early round pressure that you can dish out. For example, in Haven Garage and Ascent B main, you can spam certain spots at the start of the round and secure kills, or force them to slow down their pace. I can't tell you how many times I've randomly pulled out the ODIN and gotten 1 or 2 kills for free. Also, the amount of straight duels I've won with this weapon is ridiculous. It will easily beat out the Phantom and Vandal if they don't hit that initial headshot, and with its insane rate of fire, multiple enemies will melt to the Odin before they have a chance to react. One of the best ways to breathe fresh air into your game is by trying out new agents. If you have the habit of only playing certain agents and you're struggling to find success, look to try out different ones. Sometimes I find that an agent fits a player better, but they haven't realized it entirely yet. With the end of the act approaching, this is the perfect time to get creative and try out the rest of the cast if you haven't already. There are certain agents that reward more aggressive play, some that reward more passive play, and some that are a good mix of both. If you're uncertain of what agents could fit you, head over to ProGuides.com. There you'll find a multitude of coaches who can help you narrow down your search for an agent that suits you. You can also check out some of our agent guide videos if you want to learn more about a specific agent that you feel could better suit you. With the changes to the Vandal in patch 1.07, the Vandal's potential viability has skyrocketed. To those of you who have only used the Phantom and vice versa, now is a perfect time to learn their counterparts. There are a few circumstances to keep in mind that can help you figure out which weapon is the right one for you. If you're the type of player that likes to spray control more and often finds themselves taking engagements in a close to medium range, the Phantom is without a doubt your weapon. On the other hand, if you're the type of player that focuses on precise taps or burst shots, the Vandal can offer some better results. However, I did notice that at lower ranks, a lot of players tend to favor the Vandal over the Phantom, and because it's a harder weapon to use, I would suggest using the Phantom more if you're feeling stuck in your rank. I highly suggest you test both weapons out if you haven't in a while. Although I prefer the Phantom still, I do pull out the Vandal on specific maps and situations. Don't feel so tied down to one weapon, they're both great for different reasons. You might think that playing the game is the best way to get better at the game you want to be good at. Well, this is completely true, but there is also such a thing as playing too much or playing too little. For each person, finding this balance is different, as some players can play for longer without mental fatigue. I want to talk about the problem of burnout that I see persistently, especially with quarantine still in effect. It's just as imperative to play the game as it is to take breaks when you're feeling mentally out of it. This is the easiest way to make sure you're performing at your peak level. If you're not enjoying the game, it's always best to take some time off from playing. Maybe explore a new game, get some fresh air, or spend some time with your loved ones. I see far too many players continuing to queue ranked when they aren't playing up to par and will end up throwing away their elo. At the end of the day, your own mental health is much more important than a rank in a game. A trick that I like to employ is to make sure I've done the tasks I need to do outside of the game if possible. I notice that I'll subconsciously linger on those tasks if I don't do them beforehand, and will often perform worse because of that. So if you need to do your homework, chores, or exercise, do them before you play Valorant. Even those that play Valorant for a living will take days off to reset their mental, so they can perform better in the future. Think of your brain like any part of your body. For example, if you overwork your biceps, you can risk tearing those muscle fibers, which can lead to permanent damage. The brain is no different. If you overwork it without the proper rest, it can lead to some serious health conditions in the future. Regardless of that, taking breaks is very important to reduce your burnout and also allow you to play at your best. The game will always be there for you when you feel ready to play again. Although the operator is getting a change in the near future, I still believe it's important for all players to learn how to be comfortable with this gun. You will find that not having at least one operator player on the defensive side can make your team quite uncomfortable. Because Valorant utility is unique to the characters, you'll usually only have 2 or 3 smokes and 2 to 4 flashes. This means that it's easier to find openings with the operator, and this is especially so in ranked with less team coordination. On top of that, there are characters in the game that can hold angles with the operator that are normally unsafe. Agents like Jett are one of the core reasons why the operator is so strong in the current meta. Her ability to become nearly untradeable with her dash and hold unpredictable angles is a very potent thing to deal with. Lastly, using the operator on the defensive side can allow you to hold the lane angles before the offensive side can even peek at them because of the way the spawn barriers are placed in Valorant. It can create a lot of pressure on the attackers and force out some easy utility at the least. Here at ProGuides, we want you to keep an open mind. Allow yourself to try new weapons, positions, styles, etc. Give yourself the freedom to learn from your mistakes and continue to try new things. Valorant is still in its infancy with many things left unexplored. By recognizing some of your bad habits and trying to implement ways around them, that can be the first step to getting you out of a slump. Well, that's all we have for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell notification to ensure that you stay up to date with our videos and ahead of the competition. And if you want further help, feel free to check out our website, ProGuides.com, for the best on-demand coaching. Our coaches are among the very best, and we hope you check them out if you enjoyed this video. They will help you with any of your individual Valorant needs and can help bring you to the next level. And if that's not your style, make sure to check out our Discord. We have a great community where you can chat, hang out, and possibly find friends to play with. We hope to see you all in the future videos, and stay healthy, ProGuides fam.